Roy,
Yeah.
Roy, come here. Come here. Come here, bud.
Sit down, Roy.
Come here.
Hi, Dr. Hammer.
We just watched the Babadook. Is that how you say it?
The Babadook.
Babadook, and it was terrible.
We hated it.
I expected a lot more.
It was an accurate portrayal of light versus dark, though.
Yeah, we'll give
Yes.
it that.
Very clear symbols of light versus dark.
The cinematography though, like
It's
the
awful.
terrible, so
It's
cheesy and corny,
Yeah,
very predictable.
we thought that the book being red probably symbolized hell, so that was kind of good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then Gunnar looked up that this was written at like the peak of like suicide rates in Australia. So it was kind of like talking about how like the Babadook is like a mental disorder and how they have to like overcome it.
That's why, like, at the end, she puts it in the basement, so we thought that it was, like, her putting her mental illness, like, to rest, but also acknowledging that it's always going to be there, but managing
Just
it.
like addressing it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was our Fall of Detroit moment, was that this entire movie was about depression.
Yeah,
Took a while to get there.
yeah.
Did not realize that at first.
Although we could kind of tell it was going to be about that because I mentioned Parkinson's earlier with the neighbor and how, like, it was rude for the kid to bring it up, but then later on, like, he ends up bringing it up and it being okay with his mom.
Yeah, we thought that a common thread, or the thread of the movie, was the bed, because every time the bed came up, when like the Babadook appeared, and also when you're depressed, you often are like found in your bed, or you spend a lot of time in your bed sleeping.
Yeah. We found that like through the whole thing, the lights would flicker whenever the mom Amelia was really like battling with the Babadooks to like keep it out, and so like the lights flickering was kind of like her battle of light versus dark. So that was another symbol of light versus dark.
Yeah. The characters, like, they, like, developed well. Well, I guess they, like, changed. They arced really well. But they were very annoying and, like, hard to relate to just because they're so annoying. And, like, you didn't want to, like, watch them do their dumb stuff. They were so stupid.
Something I didn't like is, like, I understand depression is, like, a very major thing that happens, but I think sometimes it's not nearly as crazy as, like, a Babadook would be. So, but something I did like about it was, like, in the book and at the end, like, she brings out a knife to, like, I don't know, threaten her son and everything, and normally when people are depressed, they'll, like, cut themselves, so it's, like, correlates with that.
I think objectively the movie might have been like good/okay, but I just personally did not like it at all.
No.
Yeah. It was good for the archetype, but it was so, like, blatant, like, straight up front.
Yeah.
This movie was an effective form of birth control. 'Cause I don't
Yeah,
I
that kid.
don't have
Oh my
any
gosh,
kids
so annoying.
anytime soon.
That's
Yeah, and it also, like, touched on the, like, parent-child archetype because it was between, like, the mom and her son and, like, her, like, realizing that her, like, son is real and stuff like that.
Yeah. I guess something I did like is that at the end, we kind of, at least I was expecting it to follow the book and, like, her kill her son, and that didn't happen. So I like that that wasn't as obvious
I was
as.
upset that they killed the dog.
Yeah, they did.
I
kill
was
the
really.
dog.
That was really,
that was
like,
the
I'd rather
worst
them
part.
kill the kid.
Roy was upset at that too.
Also, I'm a little confused as to why when she threw up the Babadook and then he was still alive, so, like, what was she throwing up then?
I think she might have been getting it out of her like system, like out of her. It was still real, but she was getting it out of her,
Yeah.
so that it wasn't a part of her.
Yeah, you can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
Or you can't get rid
Yeah.
of the Babadook. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I guess, like, the protagonist and the antagonist kind of interchanged a lot with the film because, like, at some points, like, the kid was kind of the antagonist because, like, he was born and, like, as a result, her husband died. And she, like, always saw him, like, her husband in him and stuff like that. But then, like, she's also the antagonist because, like, she's, like, battling, like, with herself and, like, that mental illness. And then the Babadook is, like, a, like, representation of her. So she's, like, still the antagonist there, too. But also the protagonist.
Yeah.
She's, like, the main character.
Something I didn't really like, or I felt like there was lack of development, was bringing in what it seemed like the kids.
Oh,
Oh,
Child
like the-
Protective Services.
Yeah, like the protective. I don't think that was well explained. So and also
Yeah.
like that one guy that like comes over to bring her son food or whatever, being like, oh, I know he was sick. What happened to him?
Yeah, a lot of the extra characters, like,
Yeah.
they were mentioned once or twice, and then, like,
Yeah.
they don't really come back. Like, the cousins, like, I don't see my cousin because I bite her, I bit her, but then, like, what was the point of having her at all? Like,
Yeah, I guess it just like shows like how little when you're depressed, like people will try and you automatically shut them out.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
But I didn't really enjoy it.
I think when the ladies were talking to, I can't remember the exact wording, but when that one woman like basically just offended her because she was talking about like her being like a problem or like a troubled woman or whatever. I think that was like a symbol of like when people don't really understand
yeah.
depression and don't really understand the mental illness that you're trying to battle with.
Yeah.
That was a good representation.
Something that kind of bothered me is like the fact that like it was a woman who was depressed, because like why do you choose a woman? Like why couldn't it be a man?
Yeah, and
So
then,
I
like,
wondered.
on top of that, she was depressed because she lost her husband.
Yeah, I
so, like,
just
that's
feel like-
very, like,
Or like very common man woman. So I didn't really like that. Anything else?
I'm glad that it was a woman and not a man. So.
It was okay. Not a fan though.
yeah, not a
Yeah.
fan. And it wasn't very good, like, for Scary Movie either.
I definitely
Wasn't
thought it was
scary.
gonna be like I'm gonna have nightmares tonight, but it was
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I feel like it's more eerie than scary.
yeah.
Yeah, and also it was like kind of interesting how in the book you always got to see the face of the Babadook, but then like when he was in real life, you never saw his face.
Yeah.
So I just like am curious as to what that means. Also, like what was up with the rodents?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
but-
like, the bugs.
I never. Yeah, I don't think we ever figured out a symbol for those.
No, I mean like it feeds the animal like the worms do, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Alright.
But that's it.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow.